Alright, so in this one, I want to take a look at Bitcoin, go over my trades and my trading plans, and I also want to take a look at Chainlink towards the end because there are some interesting developments with Link as well. But starting off on Bitcoin, so in my last video, we were, somewhere in here along this little pump, and I was basically looking at some resistance targets inside this range. You see over here, I have a few trade ideas I was looking at. One of them was a short from the point of control and the golden pocket. We had some other confluence there, like an NDPOC and a VWAP, and we ended up front running that level a little bit. But I still took a short from basically the top right up here, and basically I entered that on a what I would call a scalp confirmation. At least it was a confirmation inside a scalp range, but it ended up playing out, and we got a very nice move from this. And you guys know the way I like to trade is I like to mark out the most key levels with the most confluence and then look for confirmations inside those levels. But sometimes that can leave you waiting and can cause you to miss out on great moves. And so I want to go over how I entered this scalp trade despite the fact that we didn't come up to the level I was looking for. So basically last night, we got this one last little pump. We got to move above the weekly open. And yeah, you can see I have this fixed range pulled right there. And if I go to my object tree, I got another fixed range pulled over that little scalp range up there. When price gets these violent moves, a lot of times we'll then consolidate inside a small range afterwards. So I like to kind of mark out these scalp ranges and look for potential confirmations inside of those ranges. And basically the confirmation for this short trade was the same as the last trade I took. We saw, as we were forming lower highs there, CVD absorption or CVD divergence, potentially absorption. We saw price making a lower high here inside of this range. And if you go to the CVD, you can see that CVD made a slightly higher high as we made that lower high in price, and open interest was also increasing. So yeah, basically, I saw potential absorption inside or at the highs of that little scalp range. And basically what this allowed me to do, it let me take a very low risk trade with a very tight window of invalidation. Make sure that, if price starts dumping from here and we never end up coming up to test the level I was waiting for, then I'm still in another short. I still entered another short here. I still capitalized on this. And if price comes up to the level I was looking for, then it will be a small loss and I can look for another trade. And I actually wasn't super confident in this. I actually entered a long right after I opened that short. I hedged myself inside this very minuscule scalp range. I entered a long right down here, I believe. And I think this was the reason for me entering this. It's not super clear here on Coinalyze, but you can see that right here very locally we saw potential absorption of short trades. So, the CVD when we made this wick was right about here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but then as price came up, CVD started dipping down a little bit more. We saw shorts opening up. Open interest was increasing slightly. You saw all blue candles here. And so yeah, basically I just hedged myself inside of that little scalp range there. Again, I had a very, very tight window of invalidation. If I got stopped out here, it would be a small loss. So yeah, I basically was just trading that tiny little scalp range, and hopefully I would have ended up in a winning position. And I usually don't do that. I usually don't hedge myself in such a small range. If I'm going to hedge myself, I would like it to be a larger range, like, something like this where I can be short from the top of the range, long from the bottom. But basically, I was really uncertain as to what was going to happen here. And I saw confirmations that could have potentially led to moves in both directions, even though the short absorption, or I should say the absorption of longs, the bearish CVD divergence that we saw here was a little bit clearer. I was a little bit more confident in that than the very slight bullish CVD divergence that we saw at the low of the range. Really the only scenario that would have sucked for me is if price stopped out both my trades and then got a move in a direction, especially if that direction was up, because I am in other shorts. So if price came up, stopped out my short, and then came down, stopped out my long and started dumping, at least I still have other shorts open. But if price came down, stopped out my long, and then started pumping up and made a run for some of my other short trades, that would have sucked, honestly. But really, the fact that I had such small windows of invalidation, I had such tight stop losses on both of these trades, really made me not concerned at all with what happened to them. I was more concerned with my longer term shorts getting stopped out and me not being in a long trade or something like that. Either way, it ended up working out. My long trade got stopped out almost right away. We did get a little move to the upside inside that range, but I didn't TP there. And once my long got stopped out, I waited a little bit till we sort of started consolidating down here, and I TP'd my short, stop loss to entry, and then I went to bed. And when I woke up this morning, I woke up to a pleasant surprise. We had dumped down to the bottom of the range again, and we still have not hit this level that I've been keeping my eye on, this potential CDW into this untapped daily. Right now I'm still looking to trade this sideways range that we're in. We are around the lows of the range, so I am looking for some potential long scalps. But honestly, looking through Market Cipher, yesterday I said that we were seeing some potential bullish signs on some of the, high to medium term time frames. The 4-hour was bottoming out, and we did get a nice little move from that. But now, this 4-hour is printing a red dot here. Money flow, it is still in a, very local uptrend, although not a very strong one. And, some of these other time frames are starting to look a bit more bearish for sure. This money flow doesn't look too great. Looks like this 2-hour money flow can continue trending down here. Let's look at the 1-hour. Yeah, 1-hour is making lower lows with the money flow. This trigger wave right here looks to be flopping over a little bit. So, it seems like we may see more downside here. We might actually, either get a move down to this level I've been watching, or to this wick right here, or maybe we actually finally break out of this range to the downside. Let's look through some of the medium-term time frames. The 12-minute money flow is getting lower locally. So yeah, things are looking a bit more bearish on Market Cipher, but still, as long as we're holding this sideways range, I'm looking to trade the range. I'm looking for, longs at the lows and shorts at the highs. Right now, I am still short from right up here. My entry is above this golden pocket, stop loss and entry. I'm also, short from right here, same thing, stop loss and entry. And I would love if I was able to hold these shorts for much lower, but I do also think there is a good chance that we come up and stop out a lot of these shorts that opened up along this way down here. Especially people that shorted this top, they're sitting pretty at the moment. They're not stressing about their trades. I think it would make sense just to quickly wick up, take all those shorts out, and then send it down. Now, another thing I want to talk about is Chainlink. So let's pull up the link chart. Because we are seeing some potentially interesting developments here with Link. So the last video I made about Link, we were in this little range here. We had not broken these lows yet. And, since then we have broken the lows. We've gotten plenty of high time frame candle closes below this level. And here, if I turn off everything. So this structure down here doesn't really matter too much. It's kind of cluttered. So I'm just going to say that this is the low and then this is the high. Doesn't matter too much. Either way, we got, higher highs, higher lows. We'll say that's higher high, higher low. And then we come up here and put in this swing low before the potentially final swing high. And then we break structure. So, it would seem like Chainlink has broken this bullish structure that it was in for this whole move to the upside. And now, potentially, we may be looking at a lower high right here and the beginning of potentially a larger downtrend where, we may continue making lower highs and lower lows. Now, I'm no expert on market structure by any means. I'm still learning the rules of market structure and all that, but this seems pretty obvious. This is a swing low. This is a break of structure. So, it would seem like Chainlink may be beginning a larger downtrend here. And if we go back to my watch list, you can see right now Chainlink is the biggest pumper at the moment. We just got a pretty sharp move back up into this range. I'm sure we hit off some fib levels. If I pull that fib back up, we hit off the 786, and so it seems like things may be lining up here for potentially a larger dump. A lot of times when you see Link pumping on its own, when Bitcoin isn't moving very much, when Ethereum isn't moving much, but Link is pumping, sometimes that can be a exit pump or whatever you want to call it. It seems like people love to pump Link right before the market dumps, and I said that last video, and we really didn't see a market dump, but we may see that right now, especially if Link is going to be making this lower high, and then, we're going to come back down for a lower low. It seems like things may be lining up for a larger retracement, and, I am feeling more bearish on Bitcoin, even though I think we can still, trade inside this range, maybe get another move up towards the highs. The fact that Chainlink is pumping on its own makes me lean a little bit more towards the side of, okay, we're going to dump now. But I'm not going to let that bias cloud my vision. I try not to do that. I try to look for logical trades, logical decisions, no matter what I'm feeling about the market. And so, I am in a swing short for Link, and I'm probably going to add to it up here if we start seeing, continued bearish signs. And I am holding these Bitcoin shorts that may turn into swing trades. But still, I am just looking to trade the range so long as price stays inside of it. All right, well, I think that is just about everything I wanted to go over in this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. All of that YouTube stuff, I really appreciate the support. All the comments you guys leave on my videos really means a lot to me. And I will see you all in my next one.